This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Hang on one sec.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
It is something that has been around, I'm going to say, since the beginning of humans, or maybe shortly thereafter, when this was being practiced and still is today, and can make people feel so much better and get clarity and so much more. But many of us struggle with it. But on the flip side of that, it's so simple. Essentially, you really don't have to do much. And I'm referring to meditation. What does it do for you? Why? What's the big deal about it? I figured it out. Took me a while. I believe I'm in that zone now where it works for me. But let's talk about that with somebody who offers holistic healing in so many different ways. She's an author, and she also practices and specializes in meditation, along with so many other modalities. Kate Blecher is back with us. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Steve. Thank you.
How often do you meditate?
Most days.
Yeah.
And then once a week, I meet with a hypnotherapist. I am also a hypnotherapist, and we do a session together. And it's just wonderful.
So walk me through that, because I'm intrigued. And hypnotherapy, love it. Game changer for me. That was really the pathway to working on myself. So you meet with this hypnotherapist and you do a meditation with them?
Yes. Or we do a hypnotherapy session, which is meditation, but you're actually having a conversation, the two of you. You're both in trance. And the way we do it is we meet, and then we talk to our spirit guides and we ask them questions. What should I be doing this week? What's my goal for the month? It just helps if you have a particular problem, which you think about in advance. You can pretty much come up with solutions in our hypnotherapy session. And it's just great because you learn the right questions to ask, and it just helps so many problems.
That's where I struggle with meditation. And then I hear both ways. Some say, just relax, get into the zone and meditate. Others say, have an intention, set an intention for the meditation. Why are you doing it? What answers do you want? What goal do you want? Is there a right answer there? What do you think?
It's a very relaxing thing that you can get into and just flow through. But to be more productive, like if you know someone who's just passed on and you're dealing with a lot of grief, if you were just diagnosed with cancer, if you have you're having a major blow up with your best friend, I mean, you can ask how to get over it, what you should do to improve it. And it really is miraculous.
Can I share what has worked for me within meditation?
I'd love to hear it. Yes.
It's a little bit different, I feel. So there are times, a lot of times in the evening, I'll just lay in bed or first thing in the morning, and I'll just take some time, 20 minutes, whatever it is, and just close my eyes and kind of just get into a meditative zone. And it's good. But what has worked so much more for me is I will focus on something. It could be a thumbtack on a wall. My eyes are still open. I'm not here. I have been transported, and it has worked. I'm very transparent about everything. I've always dealt with minor skin cancer. They found melanoma on my back. It's okay. It's low level, all good. Had surgery 2 weeks ago 40 stitches. Got them out yesterday.
Wow.
And during the procedure, and when they numb you up, a little bit of painful, uncomfortable, whatever, all I did was stare at something on the wall. I don't feel anything. I'm not even there. It's the coolest thing. And even I'll go to the gym and I'll be, you know, working out on a machine. And I've tried this before. I stare at a bolt on the machine in front of me and I'm someplace else, almost to the point where I don't even know I'm working out. It's almost as if I'm looking at myself from above down. And now I'm doing more reps. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm cranking it out. I don't even feel any fatigue or anything like that. I don't know what's going on there, but I have to tell you, it works. I've been in meetings where I didn't need to participate at that moment. So I would just do that again. And then I got ideas right there. And then, like a whole room of people talking. What do you think? What's going on here?
Oh, well, you are just very easy to get in the zone. And that's what meditation is. Probably most people have experienced either getting into a movie very deeply or a book, and then something happens in the background, like a phone ringing, and you get startled. And the reason you get startled is you're so in the zone, so focused on working out, sitting in a meeting, something, and it lets your brain just be so centered and concentrating. And actually, it's called theta waves when your brain
Wow.
gets like that. But it really does. It warps your whole sense of how much time passes, and it allows you to do it. It allows you to heal just about anything. And working out is wonderful because I do that too when I work out. I'll be doing it, and all of a sudden it'll say half an hour passed. And it's like, how can that be? You know?
Right.
And it
It
really is, it is wonderful. But
I look forward to it so much. Even my favorite thing now is I'll go home, end of the day, I'll put on headphones and I'll listen to music, and it'll be songs that I've heard and played a million times before. But now I'm listening for the lyrics and I'm getting deep into it. And that's almost like my meditation as well. The baseline for all of us, for me, and I want your feedback on it. It's peace. Like I just look forward to the peace, the quiet of just being someplace else. I could be, over the summer I was on a tropical island, did a little retreat, dirt cheap. It was the best thing I've one of the best things I've ever done for myself. And if I want to go back there, just close my eyes. I'm there. It's a freaky, but it
right,
works.
it
Yeah.
really is. And I know what you mean about I once had a medical procedure and it required them to shoot dye in between my toes, which I didn't know, but they said it's one of the most painful things. But I said, okay, well, give me a minute. Let me get into trance. You do what you want, but just nobody, please speak. So they did it, and I was someplace else. And then they started talking, and I said, are you done? And they said, are we done? We had a doctor that we filmed this, and he couldn't help making noise and screeching, and you were like, you're asking, are we done? So, I mean, you
Wow.
really can get into that zone and take yourself out of any bad situation.
I know a hypnotherapist. He just brought memory here. Um, he hypnotizes himself at the dentist. So he doesn't get Novocaine, nothing. He's just hypnotized. Doesn't feel a damn thing. It's
I
amazing.
I do that all the time. I never get shots, and I have a lot of dentistry. And, as long as nobody starts talking to you, you can stay there and you're in your own world.
Yeah. I'm at the point now, and that's a more critical situation where don't bust my bubble. I want to be, I don't want to feel anything. Please be quiet. But all the other times, I was at a meeting last Thursday, what I've referred to before, and people are talking and everything. And I just kind of turned my head and I stared over at something, and maybe 10 seconds, whatever. I'm just thinking of it. And I got an idea. And I even said, Hey, just an idea came to me. They had no idea that I was like, my eyes are still open because I'm just focused on this one thing. Point here is once you experience it and you finally get there and you find the beauty of meditation, it is amazing. It is amazing, right?
It is, and you hit it on the head when you said peaceful. I mean, it just gets us back into a centered state. We get more in touch with our bodies, our emotions, and all the positivity comes out.
Mm,
And you
mm.
can see the negative things become very minor, and you can practically get past them.
I,
And
I never thought
it's,
of that. I never thought of that. But there's no negativity during the meditation.
there
And
isn't.
and that's why it's so much fun, if you will, because it's perfect. It's good. It's positive. It feels good. Now I know why, because there's no negativity. I never even thought of that.
Right. I mean, one of the best meditations we do is if someone's depressed, then you help them into a trance and they, after they, they're deeply in a trance, you can have them sit down across from an empty chair and find out where in their body their depression lies. And when they find it, have them put a bubble around it, and then take that bubble and put it on the chair across from you. And then you can start asking it questions like, what is its personality? And what is its job? Why is it there? What is
Mm.
it doing for you that's positive? What does it want you to know? What can you do to make it better? And you'll keep getting answers, things you'd never thought about. And instead of being depressed, you become curious and you want to know, how long have you been there? How long will you stay? And it says, I don't have to stay. And I've had more people come out of trance and be have their depression lifted.
And when you say trance, hypnotherapy, trance, is that what we're referring to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so funny. When you hear the word trance, I know a lot of people like, I want to go in a trance. I'm going to lose control. They're going to control my mind and all of that. No, you're in full control of everything when it's hypnotherapy. You are.
Right.
Nobody can make you do something you don't want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. And at any time, you could just say, nah, not having it, not doing this. I don't know why you would. I've never had to do that, even in the beginning where it was kind of new and fresh to me.
Mhm.
But so many things are revealed. I want to talk about something you mentioned before. Woo alert, everybody. Just going to say woo alert. The spirit guides. You said you meditate and you connect with them. Tell us
Correct.
more about that.
Sure. Everybody has spirit guides. Some people call them angels. People have different names for them. But what they are, everybody has a group of souls that they travel through time with. And we can, most of our time is spent in lives between lives. And then we come back and we have another life, another reincarnation. And in meditation, you can go back and relive past meditations. But um, but the spirit guides, when you get to know them in meditation, they come to you and they're so familiar. I mean, you just know them inside and out. They love you completely and they give you great advice because they're all so intelligent. And I love my spirit guides and I know they're always with me. They protect me, they watch out for me. I live alone in the country. I'm not at all afraid of anything because I know I'm protected
Hmm.
and they're everybody has them and they always protect us. And if you meditate and you talk to them, you'll just get such a sense of relief and comfort to know that you're not alone. You never are.
So I've tried, based on what you said, I've heard the same. And I was in bed a number of times, and I don't know if I'm doing this right, but this is what I did. And I would just close my eyes and would say, "All right, spirit guides, I want to meet you. Please present yourself." I haven't seen or connected yet. There was one time I fell asleep. Maybe it happened then. I don't know. Um, how can we how can we make connection, make contact?
Um, well, as you mentioned in the beginning, I've written a couple of books, and in my most recent book, The Angel's Guide to Happiness and Prosperity, I've recorded 16 meditations.
Wow.
And so people can go online, they're free. It's under kateblecher.com. And the first one is meeting your spirit guide. And it's about a 25-minute meditation, but it takes you, on this nice little walk in a garden. And after you kind of, relax your body, your spirit guide comes and meets you. And then it lets you talk to them. It tells you what to ask them. You can listen to their answers. And actually, it's an interesting meditation because you go with your spirit guide, sit down at a table, and you give each other a gift. And you don't know what's in the gift, and you don't know what you're giving them or what they're getting you. And people have come up with the most fascinating things that they receive and what they give and the meanings behind it. And you can ask your spirit guide, what does this mean? What does this represent for me? What should I be doing now that I found this? And
Mm,
you can learn so much.
wow. Wow. And we're not talking about physical gifts.
Oh no, I mean this is all in your mind.
Yeah.
And but you're opening a box, you're looking inside, and you'll be surprised. I mean, people find people in the box, people find, interesting objects that they've always wanted and never had. It's just
Mm.
it's wonderful.
So this is a piece of what you offer. We haven't talked about this in a while, but Kate's Holistic Healing is the umbrella for what you do. Can you give us a little background on that?
Sure. We started business. I have a business partner, Heather Zico, and we started Kate's Holistic Healing 12 years ago. And we have 10 people in the network that are all different types of holistic healers. So Heather and I do hypnotherapy. Um, I have someone that does hypnosis, which is different. And then we do yoga and Reiki, Tai Chi, Qigong, um, homeopathy, which is a very popular brand, and um, and people come to us for different healing methods, and not everybody takes to meditation. Although I haven't experienced that personally, but other people have, don't have
Hmm.
an interest in trying it. Some people are afraid of it, which is um, nothing, as you said, nothing happens to you. Nobody makes you do anything, and it's all loving and joyous.
As a reminder, we meditate all day long. We don't even know we're doing it just before you go to sleep, right? You are in a meditative state. If you're driving your car and you get somewhere and you're like, "Well, I don't even remember driving here. This is the weirdest thing." You were meditating. And to your point, you're out of it in a second. The car, screeches in front of you. You're back.
Yeah.
It's just you're in a zone. That's it. That's all it is. Um, you did mention this, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Hypnosis versus hypnotherapy. The difference, and if it's hypnotherapy, it is hypnosis. I'll stop talking. You explain.
No, no. I mean, it's a different level. The first level would be hypnosis. And you would um, ask the hypnotist what it is you want to do. Do you want to quit smoking? Do you want to lose weight? Um, Something very concrete and practical in your life.
Hmm.
And then he will help ease you into a hypnotic trance and talk to you and explain to you what you should be doing on what day and at what time. And if you run into this problem, deal with it that way. And when you come out of it, you really are just so much more motivated to quit smoking, for example, than you were before. And you know now that you can do it, and you can go back and see the hypnotist, 3, 4 times, and it pretty much gets you over your bad habits. And it's very nice.
Mm.
Now, hypnotherapy, on the other hand, is tends to be a little deeper, and it allows you to do different things. I mean, it allows you to talk to your spirit guides. People can ask you questions. You can ask your spirit guide the question, get an answer, and then tell the hypnotherapist, all of whom writes down notes and stuff that you can take back with you. And so you can handle a lot of things that you couldn't handle in just hypnosis. Like, um, I lost my husband a couple of years ago, and I do a lot of hypnotherapy, and he always comes to me when I'm in trance, and we have wonderful conversations. And any questions I have about what I should be doing in my life, or confusions over his death, he just answers them. He looks great. He's always so happy. He has our last cat with him at all times.
Mm.
I mean, he's just with his parents. It's wonderful. I don't have terrible grief over it because he's not out of my life.
You're
So, I
you're
mean,
still
that's not with
connected.
we I totally am still connected with him, and it makes it so much easier when someone passes to know you can still deal with them.
This goes a little, again, woo alert people. Um, I do that with my mom. She passed 6 years ago, and I'll ask, and I've said it a million times, I'll ask for signs, symbols, validation, and I get them, and they are so specific that I don't care if there's a skeptic around. Yeah, how can punch a hole in it? Because here's the proof. And she'll throw her name, she'll throw numbers, and I'm not looking for it. It's in front of my face. So there is something there, for another conversation of what's actually going on there. But I believe when somebody passes, their energy is still around. It's still here.
It still is,
Mm,
totally.
yeah.
And they could very easily be one of your spirit guides
And then
that
there's
you've
that.
always
Yeah.
right.
You know what? I'm going to have to say she is one. There's no doubt about it because I've had some challenging situations I've been in and I've thrown it to her. Just show me that it's going to be okay or show me the direction. And she did. and it was right. And again, if I need specifics, if a butterfly or a penny heads up supports you, fantastic. Not good enough for me. I ask for more and I get more. And that's, everybody's different. Um, I'm glad we had this conversation today about meditation. And I didn't even know we were going to go, down the hypnotherapy or hypnotism route as well. Kate, what's the best way if somebody wants to pick your brain on this holistic healing or even maybe book a session with you or your team? How do they do that?
Well, they can do it a few ways. They can go on our website, which is Kate's Holistic Healing, and they can always call. Our number is 917-863-0857. But that's also on our website. And they can email us or text, and they might want to try some of the meditations
Hmm.
and see if, as I said, they cover a lot of different topics. And
So with that, you did mention before, I think I heard you that is kateblecher.com, not katesHolisticHealing.com to get the meditations.
correct.
Okay. Um,
Yes.
and just for everybody, it's Kate, KateBlecher.com. If you want, I'm going to check out the meditations tonight. I got a quiet night coming up. intentionally. I'm gonna take a look at that. Looking forward to that, especially the spirit guide one. Kate, great having you back on here. It's been a while. You're wonderful with what you do, and your energy is amazing. You got the sun shining behind you, and it's super cool. I mean, it's like the if you could see it, it's pretty amazing as you are. Thanks for being here. We'll catch up soon. Okay.
Thank you so much, Steve, for having me.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.